Good morning, dear students. So we have to continue with exercise 4.3. Last 5 questions are left. So I'll be starting with question number 7. The statement for question number 7 is the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. I said in rough margin you start thinking of in terms of x and y, such that x is greater than that of y. Then you can write x square minus y square is equal to 180. In that way you can plan. No, it is given that the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. So when you are talking about the difference, you need to mention this condition very clearly. If x is greater than that of y, then greater square minus smaller square will result always into positive, that is 180. So I can think in that way. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. The square of, now this is the smaller. So also given y square is equal to what? Larger number means 8x. It is given. So let the first number is x. Let the first number, if you say is x, and second number I am taking is y. Make it very clear such that x is greater than that of y. Such that x is greater than that of y. So therefore your x square minus y square will be equal to 180. You give it number 1. This is the first condition. So my point of discussion here is, this is a quadratic equation in which we need to proceed in one variable, but not mandatory all the times you have to start with the one variable only. As per your own convenience, you can start with two variables that you have to decide. The students who are finding it difficult to start with the one variable only can start working out within this way also. And this is given that square of the smaller number. Now very clearly smaller is y. So square of smaller is 8 times the larger, that is equal to 8x. Now you can substitute here, put in 1. Then what happens? As soon as you put in 1 here, x square, and this will be equal to what? Minus y square is equal to what? And it is given in the question, the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. So square of the smaller number is 8 times, so that is 8x. Square of the smaller is 8x. When I will substitute, is equal to 180. So equation is there. X square minus 8x minus 180 is equal to 0. And now you know 180 factor the difference 18 and 10 you can think, and the difference of 18 and 10 definitely will be minus 8, and in that way you can find the value of x and then substitute that value to write the answer. I don't think anything difficult will be there to write the answer of the same. So please pay attention to these all instructions. If directly you want to start with one variable, that is understood that you have started with x. So directly you can write the larger number you have to assume then. That the larger number is x, so therefore smaller number is equal to what? X square minus 180. In that way also you can start. But from the average student's point of view, I think that this is the best way, and ultimately you will be getting the quadratic equation in one variable with start of two variables also. So that's all about your this question. Then your next is number 8. Again the problem is related to distance and time, already we have shared, but okay, at least I will form the equation for you people. Train travels a 360 km at uniform. Distance is equal to 360 km. And always write that key idea. Already I have asked you people to do that. Now the distance is 360. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. So let the speed of the train, let the speed of the train is equal to x kilometer per hour. Time, distance upon speed. So time taken, this is the usual time. If usual speed is this, so usual time taken will be equal to what? What is the distance given to you? 360. And with which speed you are talking about? X. Those many hours is the required time with the speed of x kilometer per hour. In between what happened? The speed is, now you have to see whether it is increased or decreased. So if it is increased by 5 km per hour, when speed is equal to what? X plus 5. X plus 5 km per hour, then time taken will be equal to what? Distance will remain same and speed will be equal to x plus 5 hours, and according to condition, this time 360 upon x plus 5, I said the increase or decrease will always be done with the actual time, that is your original time 360 by x. Now here it is, what? 360 upon x plus 5 is equal to 1 hour less. So what you can do there is, directly also you can go for 360 upon x plus 5, then equation will be equal to your 360 upon x minus 1. Am I clear to you all? Because 1 hour less. Why? You have increased the speed here, so definitely the time will be less. So if you are shifting one to this side to make it positive, you can shift to this side to that side. So I am writing the final equation 360 upon x minus 360 upon x plus 5 is equal to 1. So this will be the final equation, from where you can calculate the value of x. Here, if you will be taking the LCM, it will be x into x plus 5. Then here it will be 360 into x plus 5 minus 360 x is equal to 1. So here you see, this is 360x plus 1800 minus 360x upon, if you want to multiply, you can do that also, x square plus 5x is equal to 1. You can cancel this 360 with 360 and you are left with x square plus 5x is equal to 1800, or x square plus 5x minus 1800 is equal to 0. So this will be the equation which you need to solve either by the method of completion of square or by the middle term splitting. Middle term splitting also you can think very easily here, while 1800 ending zeros are there. So somewhere it is not difficult even. Or the another option available to use the quadratic formula. Very easily you can identify what is A, what is B, what is C, put in that and get the value of x. That you have to decide. That's why I am giving these things to you, and please see whether you are getting the answer or not. Otherwise, concept already I have shared with you, I have discussed with you. If you go for the next part again, now that is the case of your passenger train and express train. Now simply a linguistic change is there in the statement of the question. Sometimes the students, they are not able to identify which train is the faster. So usually if you speak from the passenger train point of view, so passenger train always getting the more stoppages station to station. Your passengers will be dropped, but in express trains limited stations will be given, so naturally the speed of the express train comparative to your passenger train will be more. So that technical thing you have to understand here, and in this question you have to find the speed of the passenger train while your express train is running 11 km faster than that of the passenger train. So definitely your express train will be taking the less time. So how will you start? Let the speed of passenger train. Let the speed of passenger train. So passenger train you can say is running at x km per hour. Passenger train is running at the speed of x km per hour. So therefore speed of your express train, that is 11 km more, so will be equal to what? X plus 11 km per hour. Now the time difference is there between the both. For a distance here again you have to write is equal to what? 132 km. So time taken by passenger train, that is equal to what? distance upon time is equal to distance upon speed. So here it is 132 upon x hours, and time taken by your express train, that is equal to what? 132, same distance is there, x plus 11, those many hours will be the time taken by the express train. Now what is the difference between the two is of 1 hour. So time taken by the difference, so directly also you can write the time taken by the passenger train minus time taken by the express train is equal to 1. Is equal to 1. Or definitely you are saying ki passenger trains is taking 132 upon x, this is the actual time with respect to your this, and 132 upon x plus 11 will be equal to 132 upon x minus 1. So space. So from here again, if you shift to this side, then again I can write 132 upon x minus 132 upon x plus 11 is equal to what? 1. So again you can solve this equation by taking the LCM as I did in previous part to get the value of x, and that will be the speed of your passenger train which you need to determine and put that in to get the speed of the express train. I hope same procedure you need to follow what we did in the previous question. Now the last question of this exercise is, that is, read the statement carefully, again related to some area or sum of the areas of two squares is 468 meters square. If the difference of their perimeters is 24, find the sides of the two squares. Definitely there are two type of squares. One is the smaller and one is the bigger. So how will you start? Sum of the areas of two squares. Write the information whatever is given to you. Sum of the areas of two squares that is given to you is equal to 468. If it is meter square you need to write that. And then perimeter, the difference between the two. So difference in their perimeter is, that is also given, difference in their perimeter